Aventus, Latin for success. Well, I guess we'll find out. Let's get right into this and see what all the hype's about. The aluminum case it comes in is a nice touch. Gaahleri's products are always presented well and packed well. The chances of damage to your airbrush are minimal. Well, barring that a truck doesn't drive over it. Full disclosure, Gaahleri has sent me this airbrush at no cost for testing and review. The opinions are solely my own, and I hope that this review helps you make an informed decision on purchasing this or any other airbrush. I would have preferred this information on the inside of the aluminum case, but I suppose you could cut it out and slide it in the case yourself. Accessories included with this airbrush is a quick release with a MAC valve, a moisture trap. It also comes with 2 color cups, a 1/10 ounce and a 1/5 ounce. There's also a 0.2 needle and nozzle combination and a 0.4 needle and nozzle combination. There's 5 official finishes with countless personal combinations. However, if you choose the Tailor Made, there are 10 colors to choose from. The color I chose for my airbrush was Midnight Blue. I do really like it and I think it looks great, but in hindsight, I probably should have chose the Verdant Olive. I just think it would have fit better with my channel's theme. The 0.2 comes with a removable open style nozzle cap, which makes it easy for quick nozzle tip cleaning. I'd also like to feature in this review the AirHub Pro airbrush stand, the Airbrush Pro Care kit, and the metallic markers. Let's start with the airbrush kit. You get some stickers for easy identification of the parts, a multi-purpose tool for removal of the needle packing guide and removal of the non-return valve, needle slots for up to 8 needles, and 2 spare needle tubes. There's even room for extra storage. A very handy and useful unit. And one of my most favorite things that Gaahleri has produced, the AirHub Pro. For me, this really improves my airbrush setup. Setup was pretty straightforward with no major issues. And check this beauty out. It holds up to 4 airbrushes with a reusable adhesive on the bottom to keep everything secure. For me, the real selling feature here was the fact you can run your compressors straight into the unit and run up to 4 airbrushes at a time. And this is the way it looks when it's all set up. This is exactly the setup I've been looking for a long time.
It's quite a view.
Yes, it is.
I've seen a few reviews on this airbrush and it seems like most people are testing it out on paper or cardstock. Well, that's great if you're a fine artist, but for me to show the true potential of this airbrush, it should be used on a surface it's intended to be used on. And the surface I'll be using is the turret from this old tank model. Now, I've seen a lot of negativity revolving around the release of this new airbrush. Anything from a randomly sticky trigger, needle chucking guide issues, wobbly or misshapen nozzles, and the angle of the air valve connection. I've also heard of quality control and customer service issues. I can honestly say that I haven't had any problems with this or anything else that Gaahleri has sent me. And I'm not just waving the Gaahleri flag to get free stuff. Any reviews I give on this channel are solely my own, and if a product is crap, I'm gonna say it's crap. If I didn't think this product was good or useful, I wouldn't want it, and I wouldn't tell you guys to go out and buy this stuff just to make a couple bucks. And that's really it, a couple bucks. It's not a whole lot of money. As you can plainly see, this airbrush atomizes the paint perfectly. I haven't had any issues spraying this at all. A lot of times it does come down to knowing the air pressure, knowing the airbrush a bit, and knowing how to thin paint. I'm not sure what else I can say about this other than I really like this airbrush. I've had no problems with it so far. Ultimately, I can't make that decision for you. I can only show you my results. And if you're still unsure, you can always go and do more research. As you can see, it handles fine line camo precisely and accurately. But again, it really depends on your thinning ratios. To get lines this tight and thin, you really have to have that dialed in. I like to use a 60-40 mix of paint to thinner, but I will go thinner if needed. If you're new to airbrushing, you might not get these results right out of the gate. It really comes down to practice and knowing the right type of paint for the right application. If you're interested in knowing more about airbrushing, I'll link a video in the description and you can go there and check that out at the end of this one. I think you'll agree that what I'm showing you here isn't just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. I'm using a three-dimensional object with a non-porous surface so you can see exactly what this airbrush can do. The control I was able to achieve with the Aventus was pretty remarkable. Gaahleri also provided these markers. Let's take a look at them. I 3D printed this bust to use as the test platform. I'm using Tamiya paint with Mr. Leveling Thinner, and it's thinned to a 50-50 consistency. I'm absolutely new to 3D printing, and other than the large support tabs left, I think this looks quite good. I have a whole video coming up featuring my new acquired hobby, so stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get into the markers, I thought it would be interesting to do a full breakdown of this airbrush so you can get an idea of how this thing is put together. When the cup is clean and dry, I'll then flush the airbrush with clean thinner. You'll know it's clean when there's no color on the towel. You don't necessarily have to do a full breakdown. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. One thing I really like about Gaahleri airbrushes are the floating nozzles. It really makes cleanup easy. There's no end to screw off. It's just more convenient. For the most part, it's pretty much the same as other airbrushes. I don't really care for how long the main lever adjustment knob is. That would be nice if they could shorten that up a bit. The final thing is to give the needle a quick wipe and then a little bit of lube on it just to keep it from sticking inside the body when you store it. The markers come with some instructions on the inner cap if you figure you need them. The markers come in 10 different shades and they match the paint set that came out earlier this year. You need to give these a good shake before using them. I'm not going to show you every color here. I just want to give you an idea of how you might want to use these. The pigment is thick and it covers relatively well. However, I wasn't able to go over an area a second time without it pulling the first layer off. I did go back in the next day and was able to put a second coat on with no issues. The colors do have a really nice sheen to them, and I think they would probably be best suited to touch-up work or some small details. I wouldn't probably use them over a large flat area. Alright, if you're interested in purchasing the Aventus airbrush or any other products you've seen in this video, you can use my affiliate link Small Soldier to get a 10% discount on anything you purchase from the Gaahleri website. The link will also be in the description below. If you've been on the fence about making that purchase, now would be a good time to do it. You'll receive 10% off using my discount code, as well as up to 39% extra. You can also support my channel by checking out my Amazon store. There you'll find all sorts of cool modeling related items. And if you found some value in this video, please consider subscribing and hit that like button. This really helps my channel by getting my content out to others interested in similar kind of stuff. If you're interested in more modeling related topics, check the video out on your screen right now. And I'll see you there.